Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Learn in a Nutshell. So, today I will be talking about Commercetools SDK and about the initial setup which we can do. So, let me firstly say I'll be using a JavaScript SDK. So, SDK is nothing but a group of functions which have been developed like a framework which they have developed. Commerce Tool has developed so that we can make use of their endpoint easily and make use of the reusability will be much easier. So if you have to see what is SDK, let's see. So it's a software development kit, the set of software tools and programs provided by hardware and software vendors that developers can use to build application for specific platforms. So the same. So next thing what we will be using is Commerce Tool has provided um, has provided some training materials for this. So let's download that training materials. Commerce Tool JavaScript SDK. Let's search for this one, JS SDK training, and you can click on this version 2 training. So once this opens, you can just click on download zip, and you can see where it is. So it's lying here. Let's extract all. So once extracted, we need to open this in VS Code. I'll rename it to training. I'll remove that master. It's not necessary, I'm just doing. So just open it in VS Code. Just press yes. Once this is done, first thing first, we need to install all the dependencies which is there in this package.json. So you have to type npm I, or you can just type install. I'll just type I, so it will pick everything and download the dependency from their repository, npm repository. So once this is done, you should see a new node module showing up. Suppose if you get some error related to npm, you have to download the node.js. You have to search for download node.js and go to their official website and select Windows installer, and it will download the version. Sorry, I didn't have to click that. Okay, let it be. Okay, so that's done. Next thing, I'm not going to install that because I already have it. So next thing what you have to do is you have to bring up that client details here, the env file. So for that, what you have to do, you have to go to merchant center, go to settings, go to developer settings, and create new API client. Type SDK underscore client something, whatever name you want. I'll just select the scope as admin client and click on create API client. After that, you can download the env. Click on download. You can drag this file and put it here. Rename this, select all, and just type .env. It should start with a dot. So once this is done, we'll have to do the initial client setup, not to read all these data and to access the auth endpoint and the API endpoints. For that, we'll go to client. So we have to make use of these many functions in get client. So what we'll do is we'll create 3 variables here. First is const. We'll name it as auth middleware. Can give your own name. I'm just giving this for better understanding. And just call create client credential, create auth for client credential flow. So it's already called here, so we have to make use of that. And you have to pass a JSON parameter, and inside this you'll have to provide the host. Host will be, again, we have already making use of project key from env file. So this is how you read the constants or env from .env file. Just copy that and put it here, and just change this to let me copy from here itself. It's ctp auth url. Copy that, put it here. So this is done. Next thing what you have to copy is the project key. Type project key, again pass project key as it is already been called, and it will be common for all. It has been declared outside. So next you have to pass is the credentials. Credentials is nothing but the client ID and client secret. So we have to pass it in a JSON parameter. It should be of JSON format, which I meant. Okay, then you have to pass client ID. Let's copy client ID from here, and then client secret. Let's copy this from here. So client ID, client secret is done. Then you'll have to pass fetch as well. After this, you have to create two more constants. So next constant will be for accessing API endpoints. This was for host, not for authentication purpose. Now we'll be passing it for API endpoints. For this, what you have to do, you'll have to create one more variable. Let me name it as HTTP middleware, and then call create HTTP client, which is here. Once you install all the packages, it should auto populate all the details, which functions we are using. So in this, again, I'll be passing parameters. One is the JSON parameter, that is host. Let me copy it from here. It should be this one. And I missed adding client. So I added this as well. Adding it here also. Next is we'll just pass fetch here. So the third variable is to make use of auth middleware and HTTP middleware and create a client. So let me name that client itself. And pass create client. As you keep typing, it will give options. So create client is what I'll be using, and I'll be passing middlewares. So inside this, you'll have to pass array object. I'll pass auth middleware comma HTTP middleware. Finally, we'll have to return back this client. So this is also done. Next, we'll pass this get client into this API builder, create API builder from CTP client, and this API route will be exported. So, and project key will be exported. So whenever we call API route, the details, this client will be created and returned back. So let's do that and try to read the project details. That would be the first task. So let me save this. So we'll go to client and duplicate this customer, copy and paste it, and then rename this to project. We don't require all these things, we can remove. Just keep module.export, and we'll type get project details, and in this what we'll do is we'll create a arrow function here. So this will be arrow function, arrow variable we'll be creating now. If it has to be a function, we'll have to write it like this, and then type return, then type API root. So we are already calling that API root from client.js. API root is being exported. If you see here in the client.js, API root is exported, so it is readable. Now in API root, let's see what are the options. It has with project key, we'll make use of that. Pass the project key, which is also exported from client.js. We will do any of this endpoints which we need to call. We'll call get request directly. We don't have to pass anything, we have to directly get the details of the project, and then finally execute. So it has to be execute will be common for all, with project key and API root will be common for all. Whatever endpoints and params will be passing, or the body, post body which will be passing, will be between this execute and with project key. That we'll see in later on. So let's try this in the task 1. Let's go to, there is something called as project setup. Let's try to set this up so we don't have to uncomment that. So let's change a bit here. Let's do, so we'll be getting project.js. Once you type that, it will show what are the functions available. Project details is what we want. So you have to press, so suppose if you are like this, you have to press Control spacebar to get the details. So copy that, put it here. We don't have to pass any parameters because it's not accepting any parameters here or arguments. Then if there is a response, then we'll log that, else we need to catch that and log the error. So this is what it explains. So let's try yarn. So suppose let me check if yarn is installed. Yarn is installed 1.222.18. So if it's not installed, then you'll have to run this command npm install -g yarn. So when you do that, it will get installed. And sometimes you may get an error like this. Let me quickly show that. So if the path is not specified here after installing, then you'll have to add this path. If you don't add this path, then I'll just show what will be the error. So now it's coming. Let me just close this and show once what will be the error if there is no path mentioned. So it says the term yarn is not recognized, has the name of a CMD let. So what we'll do, we need to that path you have to go to your profile. So nothing but learn in a nutshell. Go to app data, go to roaming, go to npm, go to node modules, go to yarn, go to bin, copy this path, and then you have to come here, right click on properties. This should pop up. Click on advanced system settings, click on environment variables, look for path, and double click here. Double click on path and then come inside, then double click here. This should be added. Click on OK, click on OK, click on OK, close this. It's not required now. Now we can go back here. It will not instantly work. It will still throw the error. So we'll close this again and reopen. Maybe closing the terminal also it would have worked. I didn't check that. You can try. If it works, it's great. Now if you see, yarn is working. Now we have to run this project task01 project setup. So let's see what is the code given for that. For task 01 project setup, it is 1. So we have to just type yarn 1 and see if it works. So it works. So it's returning back the response from CT. So these are all the project details. It has the card details, the default values, everything will be mentioned here. Search indexing is deactivated, order is activated. So this is how it works. This log, all these colors are coming because of logger. There's a file called logger.js now which is printing this. If you want, you can customize this. And so that's how you do it. And suppose if you want this to be in a async method, then what you can do is let this be like this. Let's comment this, create a async function, give get project details, and paste this, remove this. Let's save it in a variable let proj details. Now we'll have to await, so that it will wait till this response comes back from this get project details. And then we can just use console.log or just the log which is available here. You can just click on type log and pass this name project details. So this has to be called somewhere, so we'll just call it here and see if this works. This works, then great. It says get project details has been declared. So what we'll do, just give get project detail. So let's try this. So this also works. And suppose if you don't give await here and try to log this, what happens, this will run instantly and the next line will be executed. It will not wait for a response from this, and maybe project details will be blank. I'm not sure. Let's check. So this log details is blank because it has not waited for the response to come back. So that's the reason it is blank. So that's all in this video, guys. This for getting the project details. If you want, you can try for shipping method by ID, tax category by key, but I'll talk about this in the next video. So just to add on, guys, so suppose, so you have already seen the response coming back. Let me come in this. Let me comment this and uncomment this one. So if we see run this yarn one, it is giving back the response. So we have given return here. Suppose if you don't want to give return and this function braces or curly braces, then you can remove that and directly assign the response back to this get project details in this way. So this way also works. Let's try if this works. Let me clear this and run this now. So this also works. So this is an add-on. If you want, you can make use of this also. So that's all in this video, guys. If you like the video, please do hit the like button, share with your friends who are also learning Commercetools, and let me know your feedback in the comment section, and please do subscribe. That means a lot. So thank you so much, guys, for watching the video. Let's catch again in the next video. Till then, see you. Bye.